Welcome to Coffee Break. My name is Michael Moret. The Bible says the wages of sin is death. I was thinking about that verse and I was thinking about 1979. I was 24 years old. I started working with my brother-in-law who had an upholstery shop, and we had it in downtown Wausau. And actually it was his shop. I was his apprentice. So I worked there for about a year, and back in 1979, Jimmy Carter was the president. And if you were alive in those days, you remember that the economy was terrible and inflation was sky high. So the price of gold and silver was sky high also. And again, we used to upholster furniture, and that meant we had to strip down furniture to its frame. And some of those pieces of furniture, couches, chairs, were 70, 80, 90 years old in some cases. Very old. And when you took apart an old piece of furniture like that, a lot of times you'd find old coins that slipped out of people's pockets. And you'd find some dimes and some quarters and stuff that were pure silver and worth quite a bit of money. A quarter would be worth probably about $4 if I remember right. Back, a silver quarter would be worth about $4 back in 1979. So that was kind of neat. You know, you'd find those old coins, and every once in a while we'd take a break and we'd walk about a half a block down, and there was a farmer's market. We get a piece of fruit or something like that, just to get out of the shop for a few minutes. So we did that one day. I went down, I bought myself an apple or an orange or something. And it was a good apple, good orange, whatever it was. I do remember that. It was good. Unfortunately, I paid the man with a solid silver quarter, which was worth $4 at least back in those days. It was a good piece of fruit, but it wasn't worth $4. It was a bad deal. Well, sin is a bad deal too. You might get some pleasure out of it, a measure of pleasure. I guess there's pleasure in sin. There must be, or we wouldn't be tempted to do it. You get some pleasure out of sin, but it's not worth the price. It's a bad deal. The wages of sin is death. It's a bad deal. I got some pleasure out of that fruit, but it wasn't worth $4. You get some pleasure out of your sin, but it's not worth death. Sometimes physical death, sometimes right away, but always spiritual death. And if you don't get right with Jesus Christ, eternal death in the lake of fire. That's a bad deal. It's not worth that much. This has been Michael Moret with another coffee break.